You think she doesn't like you? Listen, you think she's not interested? You're reading the signals all wrong. You think that distance means disinterest. You'll think silence means she's moved on. But what if I told you she's been thinking about you more than you realize? And here's the part that's going to sound crazy. The colder she acts, the more obsessed she might actually be. Stay with me, because this gets wild. Most men miss these signs completely. They give up right when she's starting to obsess. They walk away right when her brain is working overtime trying to figure them out. But there's the one sign men overlook, one specific sign that and when I tell you what it is, you're going to replay every interaction you've had with her. You're going to see patterns you completely missed. I'm going to show you the hidden signals that reveal she's thinking about you constantly. Even when she acts, Lix doesn't care. Even when she seems cold or distant. Even when every surface-level sign says she's not interested. And here's what nobody tells you. There's a psychological phenomenon that happens in a woman's brain when she's attracted to someone but trying to hide. And once you understand this, you'll never misread her signals again. But first, we need to talk about the biggest why women hide their thoughts. Mistake her probably making right now. Thep in full confusion. Why everything you think you know is backwards. Picture this. She takes hours to text back. When you run into her, she seems casual, almost too casual. She doesn't initiate conversations anymore. And when you re-talk with her, she acts like you're just another person in her day. You start questioning everything. Maybe I read this wrong. Maybe she was never interested. Maybe I should just move on. But here's what's actually happening. And this is going to flip everything you thought you knew. When a woman is deeply attracted to you, her brain enters a state psychologists called defensive. Avoidance sounds fake, right? But stay hot and cold behavior explained with me. Here's what you need to understand. Women don't show interest the way men do. When a man is interested, he pursues ***. He makes it obvious. He clips distance. But when a woman is deeply attracted and thinking about Yan and stuff, she often does the opposite. She creates distance. She tests you. Cheches how you respond to her pulling back. Why? Because attraction for women comes with fear. Fear of rejection, fear of seeming too eager, fear of losing power in the dynamic. So, her brain does something counterintuitive. It tells her to pull back to protect herself. And here's the part that's going to make you think. Every cold response you've got, the more she's thinking about you, the more she might act like she's not. Because how overthinking equals emotional attachment. Thinking about you scares her. It makes her vulnerable. And her defense mechanism is to create emotional distance, while her mind obsesses over you privately. But here's where it gets interesting. There are even unmistakable signs that perceive this. And sign number 4. When you see it, there's zero doubt she's obsessed. I'll get to that in a moment. First, let's show you the patterns that reveal what's really going on in her head. The hidden signs, what her behavior is actually telling you. Before we go deeper, do one thing for me. Hit the like button if this is already making you rethink someone. Specific, because what's coming next is going to give you clarity you've never had before. Let's keep going. Sign the mistake that pushes her away. Number 1. She watches you and she thinks you're not looking. Dice is huge. And most men never catch this because they're too busy trying to get their attention directly. Women are observant when she's genuinely thinking about you. She studies you, your body language, who you talk to, how you carry yourself. You might catch her glancing your way in a group setting, or notice her eyes following you across the room. But here's the key. She looks away the second you make eye contact. That instant look away. That's not distrust. That's her caught in the act. In the digital world, this shows up what to do if she's thinking about you differently. She's viewing your stories within minutes of you posting. She's liking old posts from weeks ago. She's checking your profile when she thinks you won't notice. Why does this matter? Because attention is currency. Where her attention goes repeatedly, her mind follows. But here's what most guys don't realize. If she's watching you secretly, she's also imagining scenarios with you. Conversations you haven't had, situations that don't exist yet. That's not casual interest, that's obsession. Sign number 2. She remembers small, final insight from female psychology. Details you mentioned weeks ago. Now this one. This is where you'll start seeing the pattern. You casually mentioned you had a presentation coming up. 2 weeks later, she asks how it went. You told her once about your favorite band. She brings them up in conversation like it's no big deal, you might think. Okay, she's just paying this. She has good memory. No, Lustento. What I'm about to tell you, most people forget 90% of what you tell them within 24 hours. That's just how human memory works. But when someone is thinking about you constantly, they're replaying your conversations. They're eschewing details. They're building a mental file on you. And here's the crazy part. She probably doesn't even realize he's doing it. Her brain is subconsciously prioritizing information about you over everything else. If she remembers that you don't like olives, that your sister's name is Emma, that you have a scar from a childhood bike accident you mentioned once in passing, she's been thinking about you way more than she's letting on. But sign number 3 is where things get really interesting. Sign number 3. Her friends know about you, and they act strange around you. Here's a déjà vu, and it's one of the most reliable signs. Her friends mention you, or when you're around them, they exchange looks with her. They might tease her subtly, or act like they know some of him you don't. Maybe they smile genuinely when you walk into a room. Maybe one of them accidentally says something like, "Oh, so you're the gift from," and then catches herself. Women talk to their friends about their headspace. It's healthy process attraction. But here's what you need to understand about this sign. If her friends know who you are without you having spent much time around them, that means you've been a frequent topic of conversation. She's asking them advice about you. She's analyzing your with them. She's telling them stories about interactions you've had. You're living rent-free in her mind and in her group chat. And when her friends start acting different around you, it's because they've heard enough about you to form opinions. They're invested in whatever's happening between you two. Now, we're about to get to sign number 4, and this is the big one, the one that confirms everything. But first they need to tell you about something most men completely misinterpret. Sign number 4. She initiates contact randomly, then disappears again. Okay, this is the sign that confuses men the most, and it's also the most powerful in obsessed with you. Here's what happens. She texts you out of nowhere with something random, a meme, a question. This reminded me of you message. Something that seems low stakes. You respond, maybe have a decent conversation. The energy feels good. Think, okay, maybe she is interested. Then she ghosts again for days, maybe even a week, and you're sitting there thinking, what the hell just happened? Did I say something wrong? But here's what's actually going on in her head, and this is going to sound insane. But it's backed by psychology. She reached out because she couldn't stop thinking about you. The urge to talk to you built up so much that she had to make contact, but the moment she did, her fear kicked in. Wait, am I being too obvious? Is he going to think I'm desperate? Am I giving him too much power? So, she pulls back not because she lost interest, but because she's trying to maintain control over her own emotions. This is called avoidance, conflict, in psychology. She's drawn to you, but scared of what that means. So she reaches out just in auto stay on your radar, but pulls back for she reveals too much. And her rest part, that proves she's thinking about you constantly. The time between her random messages follows a pattern. It's not random at all. She reaches out right when she thinks you might be forgetting about her, right when the silence has lasted long enough that you realize she's lost your attention. If she wasn't obsessing over you, she wouldn't track the gaps. She wouldn't care about staying present in your life. But she does, because you're always somewhere in the back of her mind. Now, let me show you the 3 remaining signs. And sign number 7, it's going to read what you need to do next. Sign number 5, she gets slightly different around you compared to others. Pay close attention to this one because it's subtle, but it's everywhere once you know what to look for. With most people, she's one way, but with you, something shifts. Maybe she's a little more guarded, or maybe she laughs a bit at your jokes. Her voice might pitch slightly when talking to you. She might touch her hair more, fidget with her phone, or break eye contact quicker than normal. But here's what most guys miss. These aren't just nervous habits, these are responses. And stress in this context means she's uncomfortable. With you it means you affect her nervous system in a way others don't. When someone genuinely doesn't care about you, they're completely neutral, their body language is relaxed, their energy is flat. It's the people who make us feel something who cause these subtle behavioral changes. And if Shaq's more guarded around you than others, that's actually a stronger sign than if she acted flirty because she's protecting Hurst. She's building walls because Shaz knows you have the power to affect her. People don't build walls around people who don't matter. Sign number 6. She tests you and most men fail without even realizing it. This one is crucial and most guys completely miss. It's what's happening. She says something to gauge your reaction. She might mention another guy, casually, to see if you get jealous. She cancel plans to see if you'll react emotionally. Stay composed. She might go cold suddenly, just to watch how you respond. Will you check? Will you get angry? Will you? Stay calm. Now, here's what you need to understand. These aren't games for the sake of games. These are unconscious. She's trying to figure out if you're secure enough to handle her, if you're emotionally solid, or if you'll crumble under pressure. When a woman is thinking about you seriously, she needs to know you're for real. And testing is show she finds out because you just proved you're different from every other guy who's ever liked her. And that brings us to sign number 7, the one that reveals exactly what you should. Don't next. I know, this isn't easy. When you care about someone, you want clarity. You want her to just tell you how she feels. But attraction doesn't work that way. Especially not for women who are protecting themselves from getting hurt. So pay attention. Trust the signs. And, most importantly, trust yourself. In auto, not force the outcome. Because the man who can sit in uncertainty without the man every woman is looking for. If this video helped you see things differently, drop a comment with the word aware so I know you're paying attention to the real signals. And that subscribe button because we're going deeper into me in ways most people never will. The next video is going to show you exactly how to turn her curiosity into action. Why silence hurts her more than words. When your silence hurts her more than her leaving did. Silence hurts more than words. Why silence hurts more than insults. Your silence is hurting them more than you think. Your silence beams her inner torture. Why your silence hurts them. Why your silence hits her harder. Female silence. Your silence is hurting them more. Confuse her with your silence. Why fail in conflict psychology.